All right, so back to this. Wanted to get to here before secret scene starts to play, right? I guess we'll start each video off looking at secret scenes, see what hmm, has to offer. They seem to be these secret, cutscenes seem to be relatively consistent in terms of their timing. So I guess at the start of each one, we'll just look at one. I'm just gonna wait till it comes up. It's part two, by the way. Figure out the whole full screen thing. So there we go. Any day now. And we loaded our old save, but it's not obvious here. But I really am just waiting for this cutscene to play. Imagine you only get them on your because I had to exit out of the website. Well, saved, exit out, reloaded. So imagine you can only get them on your first playthrough. Maybe we need to like move around. Yeah, normally they come by quicker. I give it like 2 minutes before. Okay, I was gonna say, dude, because you'll know because she starts to glow, right? And then that's when you get whatever. She's just waiting. Like, I'm waiting too. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. There we go. Damn, that's crazy. Is this the god? I don't know if it's the god of the Wired. Damn. Yeah, I don't know who or what that is. I thought it was the god of the Wired, but clearly someone in the real world. So we can't. Okay, I freaking. Oh my God. I can't make it smaller from here. Okay, there we go. I accidentally clicked K thinking this was Yik. We can't access that one though. We know that. Oh, data of client one. Okay, so that might just mean that's just the data of a fucking Lain that we can't mess with. So what about this? And again, we've already decided. So are we not able to touch the movies? It seems like we're just not able to do that. But again, as I've stated, we've already decided we're going to go through all these in order just so we can piece together a coherent timeline rather than go through one at a time. So collect counseling recording one, Toko's diary. Okay, but that's 24. That's very inconvenient that it's not in order. Because we read what? Toko's diary, 26. So we read like her late into the timeline. So Toko's diary 27. Okay, where's this diagnosis client one? Where is this on the screen right now? So Toko's diary 28. What the I hate this is like the most confusing. So we did all these counts in her coins, right? I want to see, is this diagnosis one right here? Okay, diagnosis one. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. So this is, we don't know when this is, but this is Togo's diagnosis of a Lain. Concerning diagnosis. That sounds like me. So I guess here's the interesting thing, and what makes that concerning is the fact that I guess because again, in the anime, it's questionable whether or not that's even her family. Is this diagnosis too? Yeah, because it's questionable whether or not it's even her family. But in this, they're making it seem as though it is actually her family. But then it's something to where it's like the interesting and concerning part is the fact that she has issues, despite the fact that there's no like such history. So
出生時以後の児童期までの特別な現実不登校の問題と使用疾患に関して同様に調査した結果、問題になるような脳研究所属病院でした。カウンセリングを行った時直接本人に現病歴を聞かなかったが、人見知り的な業務形式の症状があるため、今回のカウンセリングでは、クライアントの心を開き、一般的な話をし、
So I guess the interesting part about this is what would you call it? The interesting part about that is what would you call it? And then is this three? Yeah. So the interesting thing there is that again, it's her illness. The question is whether or not they know specifically that she has illness, or if they're trying to find something. Given that, again,
現状で母親からの話では、頻繁に怖い夢を見るという。ただし、通常の夢という現実感が強い。どちらかといえば幻覚に近い訴えを重ね、病院に足を運んだから。問題の夢だが、あまり内容に関して詳しくは語らないそうだが、常に異例な声が無理やり目を開けたり、ビデオを見せられたり、庭で遊んでいたら、いつの間にか一人になった気がして消えたりとか、指導期の短期に対して想像の産物程度の問題がある。これらの症状は今後、自我が確立されるとともに回復に向かうだろうということは、笹から感じられた。小児の臨床治療からは、可能性が高い。また、基本的にそれが治らなくても、生活に支障がないと思われる。クライアントに説明を軽量化知的である。ただし、母親の話の中で、幻覚とともに現職を感じる。この点は通常の児童期の精神症状とはかなり得意であると言われる。彼女のそうした妄想なり幻覚を抱かせるだけで根拠のレベルがあったというようなことはあるが、このカウンセリングで明らかにしています。
okay, so that's kind of interesting. So this is like, I guess, the origin and reason for her admittance. With and again, so this should be four, right? With the and then this is what this is her diary number 24, but we need to go to 01. So kind of the interesting thing there is that's the origin and reason for admittance, but also the question of when does this take place in relation to like the show and like the Wired, and what that ends up like again, because seemingly just what would you call it? My best guess would be this takes place before. Well, I mean, obviously, it came out before show, but and then the Wire just again that the whole sequence of what happened, the show just kind of expounded upon this already uh pre-seen issues. So
この年代の少女としては特に問題ないレベルである。そう外見での問題。
the one bang, the singular bang.
片側のもみあげだけを伸ばしている。
The Lain bang, that's legendary.
そなりのファッションになる。母親の
It's on the left side.
彼女自体し、何らかの指針が今後調査して。
Again, so this is just more admin data. So again, I feel like my best guess would be that this takes place before, but again, that's kind of what we're trying to figure out. I assume at some point. So again, so I'd say so the question being because they seem to be in general like groups. So because we've seen Toko's Diary 26, but and then for whatever reason we can't access the movies, but again, we're just gonna try to do this in like order. So maybe a bit tedious, but I feel like that's what's going to give me the best understanding of, this, of kind of this, right? So, and then I want to test and see. So, what is this, right? Gate one NT application. I don't know what this is, if we can even interact with this. I have no idea what that is. Gate pass. Interesting. Is this something to where we can now go down to like these lower levels and then again, and I guess if you haven't watched the show, you can make the deduction that this is the person, right? Based on that. So do we need the gate for this? All right, so let's just ignore that. Again, we're gonna try to get so you have the psychiatry reports, right? Which is just kind of the counseling, right? Where the fuck are we? The diagnosis, you have the actual counseling sessions, and then you should have the diaries of both characters. So again, right? Data of counseling recording. So, but again, we stopped right before you could get to 7 because for me, the big thing is I want to do this in order. So, lab, yeah, this is 8. So we want to basically do this. Can we? So we can't. I don't think we can do movies. Like we can't mess with this stuff. That any sort of like, oh, I guess we can. All right, I was gonna say, oh shit, like, is this an actual? Oh, that was all right, all right. It's very short, but so again, and that is what diagnosis 8 again. So that's fairly uh yeah, wait, when do we jump to diagnosis? Don't because these have kind of been in clumps, which has been made things very easy. Diagnosis 9. Yeah, they are in clumps. I don't know why, or I guess it's because we're one above. Hold on, there's another movie here. Hold on, are these? I don't think the freaking movies matter. Like, I don't think the numbers matter. Can we even do this one? It's weird because some of the ones we couldn't do. Look, it's actually Lain. What is going on? What is that noise? I don't think the movie orders matter. At least like there was no real discernible number. Like it's not doesn't seem to be chrono. I guess I could look at the numbers more closely. I also find it interesting the design difference. Bruh, NPCs. NPC ass conversation right there. Just ignore them. But yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't seem like there's a because that is what 1018. Wait, where the fuck is this? Where's it showing this? Oh my god, dude. So honestly, I should probably just watch this stuff in order. Counseling recording 7. Diagnosis 5. How the fuck was I at the other movie? Or this was it. So 1004. I guess there is an order to these movies then, but the movies seem Toko's Diary 29. Okay, so I think we did a full circle. So I don't know. I'm gonna ignore the movies. Honestly, those we can probably just save till the end, but so counseling 13. Okay, so there's some what's up here? Counseling recording 15. All this stuff is generally clumped, so on. So I'm spending. So what is this? Empty up to date. I don't know what this is or if we can even really like interact with this. Can we interact with this? I don't know what this is. I guess we can. I was SSKN2. I don't know what. Oh, this is some sort of upgrade. All right. I don't know what this is. All right, whatever. Toko's again. We're gonna try to do this relatively chronologically. It's easier if I just because now I know. Okay, so NT application. What is this then? Can we interact with this? I don't know why we can't interact with the two on like the first two layers, gate pass. I don't know what the gate passes do, but so let's polytan parts. It's probably an upgrade. All right, so hold on. Where the fuck are we? So movie 113. I don't think the movies don't seem to be like in any discernible order. So let's just what if we come across a movie, we're gonna watch it. That's like the one thing we won't try to keep track of. Knowledge. Thread function. Leading image. Very attentive. Different bedroom. So again, the big question so far, right? And this is coming from us having seen the show first, is how much of this is related to like The Wired, given that's probably like the biggest, like, what would you call it? Wait, did I skip past a movie? Or was this the one that we had watched? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we had watched it. I was just so lab again, we're just because we want to access Lane's diaries. So Lane's diary 5. So where's the start of Lane's diary? Did we miss it? Lane's diary 3. Does Lane's diary start on this lower level then and I just missed? So this is Toko's diary. Is Lane's diary? We must have just missed it. Okay, no, that's Toko's. Okay, yeah, I don't know, but so yeah, we found the start of Lane's diaries, so we can kind of I feel like we can start at 3. That's early enough. I just don't want to be completely like out of order. Like I don't want to start at like 30. Lane 5. Let's start with lane 3. Yeah, so Lane's diary 3. And we'll fill it in as we go. That looks more like the actual Lane in the show.
精神分析とかカウンセリングとかいろいろ難しい言葉を調べようと
I'm glad I'm doing this.
やっぱりよくわからなかった。私って頭悪いのかな。自分でもやっぱり自分が変なことを言って暮らせる。陽子ちゃんたちに話したら変な顔しちゃうと思う。嫌だ。
Again, so the interesting thing with this is that there's some level of self-awareness going on with like Lane to where not only does I guess did another one just appear? Hold on. This just appeared out of nowhere, did it not? That wasn't there before. So I was gonna say, yeah, that literally just appeared out of nowhere. So there's some level of self-awareness going on regarding again, Lain not only I guess something being wrong with her, but again, the fact that she kind of recognizes, the situation that she's in, like the whole like even though she doesn't understand what those words mean, she understands, she's being brought for help, but she doesn't want to burden them. So, but it still leads to her not telling them everything, presumably. So
心配なんてしなくていいって絶対私はおかしい。ただ夢なんかじゃない。生きている時だって言えるんだ。私は絶対。
So, and again, this confirming that, but also whatever, again, it's more of a hallucination or delusion rather than a dream, which is kind of the most interesting part of it. So yeah, let's go 5. So again, where are we? I think we're at like 6.
法に近くない。無口に言われてるなんて、辛いなんて言われたって、私のせい。悔しい。涙が出てきて、明るく笑えない。京子ちゃん、羨ましい。
Kyoko isn't her
そんなこ
tutor.
と、スケしてたら、みんなにも嫌われるんだよ。私は誰も傷つけてないの。なんで私がこんな目に遭うんだ。
So I think the interesting thing here is that, you know, she doesn't seem to have her, albeit small friend group like she does in the show, which to me is very interesting. Also, this one appeared out of nowhere. So lane number 6. Also, I don't know where 1 and 2 are, but I guess maybe we need to go through her therapists. We need to find where her therapists. Oh, that's literally it. All right. Again, so it's interesting the level of kind of self-awareness going on. Lab, and then this is lab what, 19. So we need to find the start of so this is the rest of Lane's diary number, but we're not continuing on. We need to find the start of freaking Woju. So these see what's nice is these seem to be somewhat in order, so it's easy to like apparently we're not supposed to play this game though, or play it like this way, but okay, where the fuck are we? Yeah, like we're supposed to just kind of jump around, but we're trying to game the system here. So yeah, but yeah, I feel like it's better. Like I'm kind of stupid, so I need it to do this way to like understand what's going on. So counseling number 20. Oh my god, how the fuck do we access this bottom one? Okay, Jesus Christ. So let's do this. And we've been like, I've just been go because I don't know what these are. Gate pass. Same thing with like the movies. I guess we just need a fourth before we can, it seems to just make a circle. So, but yeah, the big thing is that also we've just been watching the movies as we've been going along. So yeah, again, so these are all Lane's diaries. So another movie, right? I don't know if these like life instinct functions mean anything. Body. I was about to say, better fucking watch out what this shows. Like, all right, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? You know. Oh, we got another movie. Hold on. We already went through this one. Oh, we jumped up, right? Yeah, 39. So that was late as fuck. But again, we're trying to get this in a relative, timeline order. Introversion. There's the Navi, right? Or at least what basically a computer, right? The question being before or after the wired. Well, obviously it can't fucking be afterwards, but again, our assumption is all this has taken place before. I feel like that's a relatively safe bet. And then kind of again, when we get to the point in the show, that's where just shit starts to go south. So yeah, we need to find this actual like start of Kyoko's whatever her therapist's name is, diaries. So yeah, so we got a lot of Lane diaries, but again, they're all in relative order, which that makes it super easy. But it's just, yeah, we need to like just figure out, okay, where does so Toko's 40. Okay, that's not helpful. Yeah, counseling recording 26. So let's see. So we have polytan parts. So I guess these are just to upgrade Lain, or at least this virtual, because we got, what would you call it? So now we have three of the however many. So lab, hold on. Let's watch this movie first. Yeah, the movies, like, it doesn't really seem, they just seem to be, that was a weird sound. And she types fast as fuck. Holy shit. Doesn't even need to look at the keyboard. What the fuck? Oh, that's not good. That's not a good sign. So that definitely makes it seem as though like I'd assume that's the wired, right? Or at least something akin to that, right? Um Again, we haven't been doing the movies in order simply because that's just too much to worry about. And it again, there's no real discernible like number and they're not like grouped well, so we just we what we really need is to find the start of so in our polytam part, we need to find the start of whatever her name's uh things are because we haven't found it yet. So all these are Lane ones. Again, Lane's diary. So, but we need to find. So yeah, movie. Let's see, communication. Let me guess, online communication. Yep. Holy shit. Yeah, so looks like again, question of the big question is okay, how much like is the wired a thing at this point, right? But also it's like again, how like because if our assumption is before, then maybe Lane was just a freaking programming like genius or something, right? But yeah, Jesus Christ, where's the start of it? Must be near the top, is the start of her therapist like diaries. So, because again, right now we're, freaking going through maybe, there's like only we only have access to like a certain part of because like how we can only start with what 3, 4, 5 or whatever. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to do this. Hold on. Good thing I can just exit out, right? Hold on, will that make it? Oh my god. For whatever reason, I thought that was a movie. I'm freaking I guess if we don't play it, it won't become gray. Again, I want to try to find the start of because here's the thing, the movies are pretty cool, right? But okay, so here's one. But again, something to where it's like, I feel like it's something to where we could probably go back and watch all of them afterwards. But most of I think the stuff we're getting out of this is actually from these the entries, right? But again, I want to do them in like order. Dude, hey, you better fucking watch out. Like why'd the sound stop? Holy shit. Fucking flashback. Damn, freaking shower thoughts. Like, that's a real some real shit right there. Let's see. So yeah, polytam parts, dude. We're gonna get all these parts and upgrades because we're just trying to find like the start of her therapist diary. What happens if we get all of them? We only need one more. We need the head. Do we like win the game or something? I don't know. Imagine like also I was gonna say because there's movies up here too. Maybe we don't have access to all of the therapist stuff, which I find very interesting. That we seemingly have access to all of the counseling sessions and all of Lane's diaries, except again, the therapist's 1002. So this is one of the early ones. But again, we'll probably just go back and watch all the movies afterwards, right? Environment. All the telephone poles, telephone wires. Oh my god. Hey, she's different. She's different. I was like, different for real, for real. All right, so that's all for this level. What level are we? 14? I think there are what, like 23 levels for site A, which is where we're at. And I think there's a site B, which has like, I think only like 13. So hold on, here's a movie here, right? So yeah, I guess the start of the movies is here. But again, I'm chances are I'll just rewatch them all afterwards anyway. But I want to at least read through them in order. Hey, she's different. She's literally me. Oh, all right. So still Lane Diaries again. Jesus Christ, 75. Holy shit. There's no some freaking don't even have that amount of paper. Perception. Ish, what is this freaking camera footage? And then this is oh, there's a movie here. 1005. Because it doesn't seem like the movies matter as much. Also, with movies, you just watch, and like I said, I could just look them up. But hey, it's the bear. Mega Mind Bear. Holy shit, big ass forehead. Yeah, so we're near. Maybe we just don't have. Jesus, 86. Holy crap. So maybe we just don't have like access to any of like the therapists stuff. I guess that would somewhat make sense. But yeah, I was gonna try again, but I guess we're doing all these movies, right? And getting all these upgrade parts. Behave. Oh, that's cute. But what's she looking at, right? Is this the okay, that's what I was gonna say. This first time there's a well, actually no, it's a lie. Holy crap.
情報基礎の授業とか全然聞いてない
It's because she's a fucking genius.
関係ないよ。玄さん、ね、レイのパパってさ、かっこいい今日会えるごめん。今日はダメなの。ごめんね。レイ
Is she fast as fuck? Holy crap. Freaking
だよね。
so interesting because neither of these two are on the show. So, but again, this is the first time we've really seen Lain interacting with anyone, at least, here. So, 111. Why is it so out of same two people? So I guess they caught up with her. So again, I'm that's kind of interesting. The fact that we seemingly have no information or we don't have any of the therapists. We have like a few. We have like 3 or 4 excerpts from the therapist.
ちゃん、これよ。ぬいぐるみ。別にこれが特別な友達とかそういうんじゃなくて。でも、これは私が生まれる時にはもう私のそばにいたの。
I was gonna say, how do you know that?
ちゃん
Hey, I had a stuffed toy too. Like that's a perfectly normal thing. Up to date. So we should actually have nearly all of these parts, right? I don't know what they do, but we should just nearly have all of them. So we have what? All 4 gate passes and change site enabled. I don't want to. I want to get fucking everything from this one first. I just don't know where to find the rest of the therapist. I don't think they're in the second site because I think that's something afterwards.
で、パケットフィルタリングのハンドラーをここで因数にし
But she's arguing on Discord.
そうじゃなくて、
Oh, she's just collaborating.
友達はいるよ。いつも一緒にいるもの。平気。
That's interesting. We can't hear the person speaking, right? Not Lain. We can't hear. I assume it's her parents, right? You know, that's very interesting that we can't hear her speak there. That's very interesting. So holy crap, there are over 100 entries. Seems like the bulk of, I guess, you know, freaking what would you call it? The bulk of the stuff in this game is just Lain diary entries. Yeah, holy crap, dude. And maybe in site B, but I'd rather just get everything from site A first before we move on. So I'll just say, you know, screw it, right? And then just say we don't need to know about the therapist's dialogue, right? We can just worry about that later. Well, for now we focus on the I guess we can focus on like kind of 3 things here. It's Lane's dialogue and or diary entries, the actual sessions, and then kind of the therapist analysis. So
先生と会うのは好きっていうか
interesting. And again,
楽しみなんだけど。私、ここ好きじゃないな。
is this in the therapist room? I assume so.
なんとなく。
Because again, by this point, assuming 1021, this is probably further along. She has some level of self-awareness about, you know, what's going on. So we saw that from the very beginning, right? And again, I assume like by 1020, because I assume this all follows roughly a similar timeline. So probably takes place further on than what we've seen so far. So this is the last Polytam parts. Like, we have them all. Nice. Movie. And again, I'm going to just, at the end, I'll watch them all in order. And then, because by that point, we'll also know the timeline roughly. Purpose?
処理速度を上げようとすると、どうしても熱暴走しちゃうんだよね。ペルチェ素子を使って CPU をクーリング
Again, by this point, she's a technical, like, genius. Also, what happened to her head? That is also another lab. Yeah, by this point, she's a seemingly, like, technical genius. So we're nearing the top. So I guess it's something to where, and I guess I think we have this figured out now. Holy crap, 140. So again, definitely seems like it's something to where it's like, you know, I guess we only have access to certain amounts of the therapists. Hold on, there's more therapists. Yeah, that's why I was like, we can see it. Counseling recording 38. Yeah, Toko's diary. So we finally have access to part of that, which is, again, you know, it's very interesting, right? Because we've just kind of gone, what would you call it? 1024. So I guess it is in order, just there's drive. I'll say she can't drive. Jesus Christ, that actually scared the fuck out. I was like, damn. Hey, what? Hey, what? Wait, hold on. What was she gonna do with that? Freaking I was like, dude, I'm on. And this is 44. So for whatever reason, we can't access a lot of the therapist's diaries, but you know, we can. Is something gonna happen in this one? before we show this, is something gonna happen? I was like, I don't trust that, But again, I do find that interesting. So we can seemingly do everything in order, with the exception of the therapist
私は病気なの。あなたが
savant
そういうわ
syndrome.
けじゃないの。
Is that actually what the diagnosis is? That Toko?
私のことじゃないの。どうしてそんなことを話すの？そうね。あなたのように子供。
Interesting. Hold on.
私は私だよ。
Let me look this up. Is this like an actual thing or something made up?
ごめんなさい、レイン。どうしたの、レイン。どうして私をレインって呼ぶの？あなた、誰？
Oh my god, dude. This is interesting though. Before I'm gonna exit, I googled it. Savant syndrome, rare condition in which persons with various developmental disorders, including autistic disorder, have an amazing ability and talent. The condition can be congenital, genetic, or inborn, or it can be acquired later in childhood or even in adults. With the interesting thing being, we know that there's no history within Lane's family, which again we assume is her actual family, at least in the instance of this game. The show, it's kind of more questionable, but in this, right? So that's very interesting, because I'd say that does a pretty good job of, describe, and would assume, it would answer both questions, right? Why one, she seems to be like, have some sort of, I said it was like just bipolar with the two versions of Lay in the show, but in this, it seems to be more so like a disassociative thing, but also explains, her, oh, I freaking enlarged the screen, her like talent or affinity for electronics. So, but yeah, so I think the interesting thing there being that can we go up anymore? Okay, we can't. So here's the thing, right? And this is kind of, so dude, I don't like where that last movie left off. I don't like where that okay, so counseling recording 38. Dude, I don't like where that last movie left off, bro. I'm just gonna say it. So 38 seems to be the highest level counseling. Um, yeah, 38 seems to be kind of the highest level counseling. Um, yeah, so 1024 seems to be the highest level movie. Uh, for at least Toko's diary, it's 44. For Lane's diary, it's, oh, that was what we said, 148, right? Oh, what was this movie? So 44, 148, and then 1028, right? So the big thing there, right, is that so we're at the max level. We can't go up anymore, but we can I wonder how this will look from the very top. So I guess change means, because that was why we weren't able to earlier. Chances are change means change sites. That's my best guess. But we're not going to do that just yet. We're just basically going to go down, right? Go back to the bottom. And then we're going to, so now it does seem to be relatively chronological. Again, so the interesting thing is we have access to like none of the therapist diaries, which is interesting. We seemingly have access to most of Lane's diary entries, most of the therapist diagnosis, and then most of the actual therapy like sessions. So what we're going to basically do is just work our way from bottom up, right? Because it's all seemingly chronological, right? Um, at least for the most part. Site B, I'm not going to go to the R site, and again, at the end of the day, right? So we watched pretty much all the movies. We have a pretty good idea of what's kind of going on, but it's like I'll just watch them all in order afterwards, right? Like after all this is said and done. So, but before we end it off, we're gonna try to get another secret like cutscene. Like they seem to be very frequent. There seem to be a lot of them. So, is there a movie we missed? Hold on. There seems to be a movie we missed. So what's interesting is the more you do, right? The more opens up. So like again, that's why I've been paying attention to like the whole movies and stuff, right? Because another movies seem to open up. So yeah, like right here, for example, a movie opened up. So Maybe the more diary entries we read of Lain, the more therapist diet. Yeah, that's I just wanted to point out psychiatrist.
けどね、コンピューター友達そんなこと考えたこともないよ。前にも同じこと聞いたじゃない
So this is her and whoever she saw on the computer, right? Again, kind of interesting there, but so kind of at the start of I guess the fall. Is there a movie on this side? Okay, no, that's just a diary entry. Again, and this is where we get to more of Tokyo or Toko's diaries, right? I guess still go down, right? So yeah, so but we're just so basically we're just gonna work our way bottom up, right? And it just again, I find it just weird that we can't access some of what would you call it? The therapists. We can only access like maybe we need to like do more stuff to get them. So like for example, this is what one of the yeah, 36. Let's try the bottom movie then. Yeah, wait. So I don't understand why we couldn't access the bottom movie. That to me seemed like very kind of like yeah, we had two movies here that we couldn't access. So this is 110 and this is one I guess let's try them. Yeah, I just find that very because we tried and we weren't able to. I distinctly remember that. So this is 10. Can we okay, so we can. I find that interesting. I don't know what prevented us from doing it earlier. Who's recording? Hey, why is it like that? Oh, it's because we can't hear, or at least seemingly can't hear anyone else like speak. That's why I've noticed, you know. Uh and then this is the one following. So we can see, I don't know why we couldn't access these earlier. To me, that seems kind of interesting. And this is memory. So this is flashback. Hey, why is the game fuzzy? Interesting. So that's seemingly all of them, or at least granted, chances are the more of this stuff we do, the more like for example, we can see a movie there that we haven't done. So, you know, and so there's a Toko diary entry, you know, this yeah, 24. So that's why I'm like, yeah, like the more it's interesting. So the more we watch, the more we unlock seemingly. So it seems like we're never gonna really be able to do it all in order, but we can at least, you know, try, right? So this is 115. The movies I'm not as worried about because I'll just watch them all after weather break. Storming. That's a steep ass hill. Holy shit. All right. Again, so can't really do much more for now. So we have all these Toko entries. I'm gonna hold off and try to look at them once we get what would you call it? Once we so where are we gonna start off, right? Psychiatry. So diagnosis claim 8. We need there are earlier diagnosis claims for sure, right? Yeah, we didn't leave off on claim 8 or whatever, right? Or I guess shoot, did we? We did. So our lab, there's a difference between the actual lab and then the claim. So claim 5 is probably the earliest, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna look. We are going to wait for another secret scene. We'll catch up on the claims and then the Lain diaries. The therapist diaries, again, because we can't access most of them. Those we're not gonna worry so much about, but for again, the diagnosis claims, the actual therapy sessions, and then Lane's diaries especially, we're gonna try and keep somewhat of it. There it is. Oh, this is the same. Hold on. I was gonna say, I don't want to say that these, cutscenes depend on what you're scrolled on, but again, who knows? But again, yeah. So this one we've already had, and yeah, I'm just gonna ultimately end it here after this. But again, this is very interesting, very, very very interesting, right? In terms of what this kind of game is doing. We could access Site B seemingly if we wanted to, but I don't see we're gonna wait till we're done with Site A. And also again, seemingly the more we look at, the more we get access to. So it's just kind of a matter of time till we unlock everything seemingly. And then again, big thing is at the end, I'm gonna look at all the movies in order. So but with that, don't really have anything else to say regarding that. So yep. That's it for this one. See you in the next one.